Guys, new video for you now for today. This one is on the Tecsun PL660. I got this one recently off of Alyssa, or I should say AC Radio. He had the radio, or she had the radio there bought, and paid a couple $100 for it, apparently up to $300 for this AM, FM, airband, shortwave SSB receiver, and I guess had it for about a year. Gotta love the scanners. Turn that off. And anyways, long story short, the keypad on this thing decided to stop functioning on certain pieces of it, parts of it, sections of it. The radio would not switch into shortwave mode and switch shortwave bands at all. She's basically AM, FM, and ear. The SSB switch would not work. You couldn't change your shortwave bands up here at all. Could go up or down. And some of the keypad here stopped working. So it's you know, it is a manufacturing defect with these radios. There's no doubt. So I'm just going to give you an example of how the keypad, the number keypads are working. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0, and you'll see that there's actually the number 5 is not functioning. You'll see it as I put it in the display here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even though I'm hitting 5, even now, 5 don't work. 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and 0 don't work. That's 2 buttons right there don't work. The up I can change my shortwave bands with the up button, but I can't change them with the down button, as you can see. So we got 5, 0, or 5, 0, and down don't work. The bandwidth seems to work. Synchronous tuning doesn't seem to do anything. SSB, I can change between AM, lower sideband, and AM with that. Then we got our scan, step, not sure if that's actually doing anything or not. There's no indicators coming up other than turn the light on or off. So yeah, the radio definitely has issues of some sort. So what I'm planning on doing here, we're going to take this radio apart, disassemble it, and we're going to take a look at the internal guts of this thing and see what makes it tick. See if we can't get us something, a couple of these buttons here to work. Anyways, let's see if we can take batteries out. You don't want to be doing this with batteries in. Then we'll take these screws out of the radio. Like that, and we will take her apart. front panel goes this direction. And then you're down to the internal guts. And as you can see, the reader uses micro switches. Not that there's anything wrong with these, because they're good switches, but you know. Right here in this corner, there's a tab sticking up here. Piece of metal. A random piece of metal sticking up. I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but you can see it right here. Kind of looks like it's the internals of a either a capacitor or a battery, and I'm leaning more toward a battery was in here. So what we're going to do now is remove this board, main display board here, and we're going to get the voltmeter out, the ohm meter, continuity meter, whatever the hell you want to call it, and we're going to check these two switches here as well as this one here, and we're going to see if in fact these switches are functioning or not, continuity wise. But they should. I'm not saying they will, but they should work. So let's get that out. So remove a few screws. Make sure you got a little container handy to put the screws in, obviously. Yeah, you got a little ground wire over here that has to be unsoldered. Like that. And the tuning knob right here has to be removed. Just like that. Then the board can move. The fun part of this is trying to get the board to move in such a way that you get the tuning control here out of its holder, the plastic holder underneath the board. It's a bit of work. Once the tuning control, which is right here, is removed, then you can turn over the board. And where this control sits is in this little plastic opening here. It sits down into that, and that's what's preventing this control from coming out when you want to remove this board. So next thing we have to do is remove the shield. It don't like to cooperate, I can tell you that much. And there we have it, shield is removed. And now you're down to the microprocessor, and over here is where all the switching is done. And here lies the problem. So remove some sticky pads. And there we go. Okay, so basically what I'm going to try to do here some continuity tests. Try to. On the switches. See if the switches are doing anything or not. So first thing, we've got our 5 and 0. It needs to be tested first. Alright. So at 0, we'll try 0 first, which would be these contacts down here. Alright. And we're going to try and push the button while doing this. Nothing. So these two here are shorted together, and two of these here are shorted together. Alright. So the switch itself is working. So now we'll move up to this one, which is 5. So number 5 and 0 buttons are working. So it's not a switch related problem. So let's try reflowing some solder on these joints and see what happens. So let's reflow to 0. Reflow to 5. And the up and down button for shortwave, which was this one here, which is over this one right here is the shortwave one. Shortwave down. Alright. Yeah. Put some power to this thing now. And see if switches work. Turn radio on. Got a loose battery connection there. But turn back on. Go back out. Come on, you nuisance. Stay on there. Shortwave still works. Sideband still works. Sync still don't. Let's try to keypad. 5 still don't. 0 is working. 5 still ain't. Here works. AM, long wave, FM, shortwave. The down button, as you can see, still not functioning. 0 is working. There's a connection there somewhere. Oh yeah, you see that? You got a loose connection on that there ribbon cable over here. Ribbon cable is loose. Alright, let's try this again. Five still don't work. Starting to think it might be bad solder. Bad solder that's not adhering to the copper traces. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove a small layer of, zoom out here, small layer of the trace on each trace, small bit of it, then I'm going to flow solder onto it, then across to the contacts, and see if that does it. Well, before we get into that, I'm sure you'd want to see some close-ups of the soldering here on the board. So let's see how close I can get you in here. That's about as close as I can get. You can see that how it's bubbled. So what I'm thinking is going on here is the solder that's used is not adhering to those copper traces very well. I'm willing to bet that. I don't think the solder is very good that they're using. I think it's cheap solder that they used on this. The processor is this thing. R5F21. What's that? 38AC DFP 340AZ00. Yeah, we're wrong, but anyway. Let's see, we know I've reflowed everything. I still can't get these switches to work. So what I'm thinking is going on here, be quite honest with you, I'm starting to think it's these through-hole connections. These ones like these. I think the connections are getting broken or are broken or very poor. Connecting one side of the board to the other side and stuff like that. That's what I think is going on here. I've reflowed the switches, confirmed the switches are fine. So I mean, what else can it be? So, anyways, yeah. The Tecsun PL660 might look like a decent bargain, but I don't know. Just for yourselves and yours, folks. Because this one definitely got issues. Anyways, and we put her back together and see if we can pick up something.